Hello guys, how are you doing? So let's discuss yesterday's 5 question explanations. So yesterday's first question was, so here I posted different questions this time, like not a single question and an answer. Here in such questions you need to think a minute. You need to use your logic a minute. I want to ask you also, how are you gonna tackle such questions? So because some questions are like that, as I said, of the 200 questions, nearly 100 questions will be like, if you know the question you can simply put the answer. But some questions are like, which stop us, which make us think, which make us doubt ourselves whether this is the right answer or that is the right answer. So these are such questions which are somewhat confusing. So these questions are jumbled up in the entire paper. It's not like that. Our paper is not like you get continuously 10 questions which are highly easy and one question which is highly jumbled. It's not like that. Everyone's paper is different. Everyone's question number count might be different. So we need to prepare for the worst. That's what. Because some people might get the first 5 questions, first 10 questions only complete bouncers, like these questions which might by reading they might feel, what are these questions, why are they like this? But some people get first 5 questions very good, very beautifully. So we need to prepare our mindset from now only, that whatever type of questions I get in the first set or second set or third set, I need to give my best. You need to develop that mindset from now only. So let's see yesterday's 5 questions. @Shanka Mukherjee 2632 has tried answering the questions beautifully in the comment section. You got 3 out of 5 correct. So the first question you got it wrong. Here, as we can see in the question, he's asking the patient is 18-week-old, that is, she's in the second trimester. So in the second trimester was found to be at high risk of NTD and low risk of trisomy 21. So you can see in the next point itself, when they did the quad test for the patient, she has come to be like, she came to be on low risk of trisomy 21, that is Down syndrome. So we need not put the patient under pressure again and do some invasive testings like chorionic villus sampling or amniocentesis, because they're invasive. So here we can choose to do the anomaly scan, which is a routine scan, that is our TIFA scan or the target scan, which can be done during the 18 to 20 week period. So here the answer would be anomaly scan. Hope you understood this. Coming to the NIPT, which was in the options, NIPT or non-invasive prenatal testing is also a screening test. So what are its indications? It's a positive first or second trimester screening test. So what are these? Either if the dual test is positive, or the triple test is positive, or the quadruple marker is positive, or the ultrasound level 1 or level 2, that is the nuchal translucency test, or the TIFA scan. If they come positive, we can do the prenatal non-invasive prenatal testing, or a prior pregnancy with autosomal trisomy, or a known carrier of a balanced translocation. So what it identifies is it identifies cell-free DNA fragments by in the maternal serum that are derived primarily from trophoblast. It is done from 9 to 10 week onwards. NIPT has 99% detection rate for Down syndrome, but it is very costly. So here the thing is, as you can see in the flow chart here, when any screening test is abnormal, like the dual or the triple or the quadruple marker or USD level 1 or level 2, we can directly offer an invasive test like karyotype testing, that's the confirmatory test, that is the chorionic villus sampling or the amniocentesis, or we can go for a non-invasive test like NIPT, which is also a screening test. So if NIPT is positive, and then we can do the confirmatory test. Coming to the second question, which is RH iso immunization, this concept is also again important. Here they have asked the mother is O negative and the husband is B positive. So she is given anti-D at 28 weeks of gestation. So they are given anti-D prophylactically to save the coming pregnancy, the current pregnancy. So she has been given anti-D at 28 weeks of gestation. Which of the following is the approximate situation to administer postpartum anti-D prophylaxis? So in which situation do you give the that one. So here the algorithm is that whenever we have a Rh negative pregnancy, what we do is we see if the blood group of the husband is positive. Then we do the indirect comb test. If the indirect comb test is positive, we do the titer. If the titer is more than 1:16, which is the critical titer, then we need to do the further testing. Let's leave this aside because we don't get questions usually from this topic. We get questions from this only. So here if the ICT is negative, that is Rh negative, and the patient and the mother is Rh negative and non-immunized, we need to repeat the ICT 4 weekly, and by 28 weeks if the indirect comb test is negative, then we can give the anti-D, which is given prophylactically, that is routine anti-D, routine antenatal anti-D prophylaxis, and we deliver the baby at 39 weeks, which is again normal, and we check the blood group of the baby. If the blood group of the baby is positive and the DCT is positive, there is no use of giving anti-D again because the baby is already exposed to the antibodies. And if the BGT is positive and DCT is negative, then we can administer anti-D to the baby, which can be helpful, which can be we can give anti-D to the mother. This can be helpful. So the condition which we give anti-D to the mother postpartum anti-D prophylaxis to protect the coming pregnancy is when the baby is O positive and DCT is negative. So we don't give when the baby is O positive and DCT is positive because the damage has been already done there. So no, there is no use of giving a dose of anti-D again. So if the baby is O positive and DCT is negative, then we can give the anti-D, which can be helpful. So you need to remember this algorithm, and if you are following any notes or any teacher, you'll understand this basic concept. And to understand the indirect comb test and direct comb test, I want you to watch the below video, which is simple, and you'll understand the thing very easily. Coming to the third question, which of the following is incorrect about the rotavirus vaccine? As you know, rotavirus is important, and I also tell this as a tricky question because we read everything about the national immunization schedule, we read that dosages, everything, but if we ask regarding a particular vaccine, then that becomes difficult. Here he asked about a particular vaccine and he gave the options as if they are monovalent or pentavalent, or they are not recommended after 6 months of age. It's a subunit vaccine, oral route of administration. By seeing this simply, we can rule out that it is given oral route because we know that rotavirus is given as 5 drops, which is oral route of administration only. We don't know whether it is if I am answering this question, if I haven't read rotavirus properly, I don't know whether it's in the form of monovalent and pentavalent, because it becomes difficult for us to think about it. Who remembers that it's in monovalent or pentavalent forms, it's not recommended after 6 months of age. We get confused after seeing these questions. If I were in this position, I will simply skip this question. I want you, how will you deal with this question? Because it's highly difficult to remember every point about a vaccine. So we can remember the basic important things, but how can we remember every point about a vaccine? So such questions, my suggestion is to basically skip them or read every topic so carefully that you will answer such questions. So if you're not getting such questions correct, don't worry. But this question is easy. Here the giveaway option is it is a subunit vaccine, but we know that rotavirus vaccine is not a subunit vaccine, it's a live attenuated vaccine. So if you think like me and you see the first option, monovalent, pentavalent, what is this, 6 months of age, I don't know this, it's given till 1 year of age, right? If you think like me and get confused, I used to, so I don't want you to get confused. That's why I'm telling you, you read till the last option, you'll find the answer somewhere. Just believe that the thing is easy only. Don't get confused by reading 2 options or 3 options that this question is difficult. Complete reading the options, then you will better understand that I can solve this question. Here it's a subunit vaccine is totally wrong. It's a live attenuated vaccine. So he's asking what is incorrect. So we can confidently mark that this is incorrect because it's a live attenuated vaccine. Can you please comment in the comment section below the live attenuated vaccines which you know and the killed vaccines? There are many mnemonics for them, but we need to remember them because there is also a question asked here. Coming to the fourth question, while seeing this question, I thought that okay, let's put this as one of the question, but this is a controversial question. I have seen in different apps, I have given different answers to these questions. So let's not discuss this question because I don't want to put you in much confusion, because these questions in some apps the answer is given as congenital distichiasis, in some apps it's given as congenital nasolacrimal duct obstruction. So I don't want to confuse you, but what do you think is the right answer to this? You please tell me. And we need to know separately about the NLDO, distichiasis, entropy and glaucoma, because all these four separately are very important. Don't forget to revise them. Coming to the fifth question, the answer here is intramedullary nailing. And I don't want to explain you these things very detailedly because Abbas sir has beautifully explained this in the video which I am going to put it in the description. If you take out your 15 minutes of your time, even if you are not following him for orthopedics, this video is so beautiful that all the previous year questions would be covered in this single video, and even the Neet 24 question has come from this video. So don't forget to watch this video which I am putting in the description below. And our friend Shankha Mukherjee 2632 has done his job beautifully. You just got the fifth answer, and the first question and the fifth question wrong, but the rest are correct. Why did you think this as hemiarthroplasty? Here it's extracapsular neck of femur fracture. That's the difference. We have seen the algorithm 3 days before of the neck of femur fracture. When they tell it's neck of femur fracture, that is intracapsular fracture femur. If they specifically say that this is extracapsular neck of femur fracture, here the management would be different. So I want you to watch that video definitely. Please take 15 minutes of your time to watch that video to get your concepts clear. Here the answer is intramedullary nailing. So in this video I only want you to understand that sometimes questions may be tricky, sometimes questions may be difficult, which make us thinking, but if you keep your nerves calm, if you keep yourself calm, you can definitely answer the questions. Tell me how you're liking your videos and comment in the comment section below the live and the killed vaccines which you know. Subscribe to the channel if you like the videos. See you tomorrow.